All right, good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you for a little while. We'll see. So I don't want to say 5, which is really what I'm feeling, because I was really late. But we'll see. Come on in here. You say hello to me. I say hello to you. Got a couple things to talk about. I need some stuff explained to me. Today, I need some stuff explained to me. Don't be stingy. Excuse me. If you have information, share. I just got finished eating something. And it had brown sugar and cinnamon. Because, it ain't January no more. But if you have information, please feel free to share it with me, because I'm asking for it. Don't do me bad and leave me ignorant, okay? I'll let y'all know when. But I want information. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Somehow the phone's logged out. Check my email for a 6-digit code. Oh, hold on. I gotta log into my email. Sign in. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't notice this before I went on. For those of you who don't know, okay. So show me. There's my magic code. What? Wait a minute. Show me the code. What do I have to do to get to the code? Okay, I hate this stuff. All right. Put in the code. Continue. All right, there we go. The phones are now, looks like they're up. All right, let's get into it. I was in the middle of saying something, wasn't I? Don't leave me ignorant. When I tell you, I'm going to ask for some information. And if you have the information, please share it. All right. But as always, we start off with saying hello to the people, because I love the people. Emmanuel love the people, in case you didn't know. You are the people. I love you. Robert Willis, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Got Erica Hummins in the house, representing Reading. Good afternoon. J Rose 8425 says first. Not really, but you're in there. Lewis Talbert, good afternoon, representing Sharonville. Good afternoon. That was not funny. I had a thought that tickled me. And it's not even important to go into. Dwayne Larkin, rounding out the top 5, representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Got Jerica Van in the house. She says first. All right, if you say so. Good afternoon. Thanks for checking out the show. David Herring, representing Westchester. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Jerica also says hola. Hola to you too. Anthony Prosser, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Sea Breeze, representing Boston, good afternoon. Regina Denson Griffin, good afternoon, representing Madisonville. I don't know why I said that like that. I don't know. I just felt it. Sometimes you do what you feel in the moment. Jack in the house, representing Kennedy Heights, good afternoon. Dante Hickson. Dante say, what up, though? What up, though? Thank you for checking out the show. Maria Smith, representing North College Hill. Good afternoon. Tria Gaines says, hey, King and friends. And she's representing Avondale. Did you move or something, Tria? Did you move? You live in Avondale now, or you work in Avondale now? You've been in Avondale for a few, hellos. Whereas before it was Columbia, Tusculum, something like that. Did you move? When's the housewarming party? Afternoon experiment. I won't say extravaganza because I ain't trying to, bite off of nobody else stuff. But afternoon experiment get together / new housewarming party at Tria Spot. She'll let us know where when she feels comfortable. But she's representing Avondale now. All right. Dante Johnson in the house. Say what up. Dave want to know where's the blazer. Okay. And it's not on today. Let's see. This show goes until 6:30. Y'all can keep it till 6:30 going. Somebody can take it from me. Like, I'm down with the baton. Like, I got the baton, and I'll go until I get finished, and then I will virtually hand off the baton to one of y'all, and then y'all pick up doing your own show. Like, for real, I'm 100% behind that. But I don't think I'm gonna be here till 6:30. Let's see. Tanika, good afternoon. She's representing Orlando, Florida. It's snowing. It's snowing here, Tanika, and the worse the weather gets, it's bad for me. Snow, well, actually, I like snow. I don't like the cold. I know, you don't even got to tell me. But I like the snow. I don't like the cold. It's snowing here. The worse the weather gets, the colder the weather gets, the less I like Tanika. Just so we're clear on that. I'll remind you in case you forget. But Tanika's out there in Orlando, Florida. Thank you for checking out the show. Lamont Jones representing Westwood. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Kim Eberhart. More Eberhart. Kim Moore Eberhart. Reading like Lincoln today. Representing Bond Hill. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let's see. Cedric representing the Coleraine Walmart. All right. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. DeAndre Crosby in the house. Even though I think I already said DeAndre. Nat Turner. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Stephon Speed representing Westwood. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I see Cedric Robinson. I don't know if I said Cedric already, but good afternoon if I didn't. Andrea Bussell out there in Gulf Manor. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Janice Robertson says, hey, you're home. Yeah, I made it home through the snowstorm. People are really driving like it's accumulating or something. It was fine. Like, just drive. Just drive. Get off the brake. Get off the brake. Y'all see, it was almost necessary for me to cuss. I had to do it real quick. Is it necessary to cuss? It ain't necessary because I'm not actually in the car. When I'm in the car, it'd be necessary. But I'm not actually in the car. But that's what I was saying. Get off the brake. And ladies, don't be all bent out of shape because B can be a male or a female. When I'm driving and you hitting your brakes for no reason, you a B. Period. So it's not a term specifically meant for women, even though y'all internalize it, but it's not. Danny Dozier representing Westwood. Good afternoon. Miss Pittsburgh, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, Miss Pittsburgh. Why don't you say where you are? Everybody knows where I am. I'm at home. Let's see. Vincent Jones representing Blue Ash. Good afternoon. Kush Rashid. Good afternoon. Nakia, love it. Good afternoon to you. I'm sorry, Regina. I don't know why. Daryl Carpenter. Good afternoon. Representing the park. Shahara in the house representing Sharonville. Shahara, you're not going to be on here starting no trouble today, are you? I know you like to come in here and start trouble. Don't be in here starting no trouble today. We're going to all be peaceful today. No trouble. No trouble. All right? Can we agree? Like pinky swear or something? Something? No trouble. Columbia Township, and yes, I moved to Avondale. All right. All right. So she gonna let us know where, and that's where we'll all get together, housewarming party, bring her something, register somewhere, Tria, and we'll all get you something, off the registration list or however the appropriate terminology is for that. And we'll just have a nice little party at Tria's house. You can't beat that. Oh, hold on. I missed some people. Cedric says extravaganza is not trademarked. It's not trademarked, but it's goofy. And somebody else uses it. I don't want to be using nobody else's goofy shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you got good stuff, I might borrow some of your good stuff. I don't want to borrow your goofy shit. So, Ronald Dixon, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I think. Oh boy, let's see. Pat Rogers, good afternoon. I'm trying to go through. Twin, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Bonita Gaines, good afternoon. Representing Roseline. Yo Underwood in the house. He's representing Jesus Christ. You can't beat that. Praise the Lord. Jeanette Stevens representing Lincoln Heights. Tanika says, just so we're clear, crystal clear, it's 82 degrees here. So you really just want to be my enemy, like my straight up enemy. Okay, I see what we're doing. Dina Johnson, Walnut Hills, the neighborhood of angels. Good afternoon. Jerica says snow. There's no snow in Dayton. You trying to be an enemy too? Like, what are we doing here? I'm trying to have a peaceful show. Y'all trying to start some stuff. I don't even understand it. Tria, that your husband is out here. I'm telling you, your husband is out here. I had to talk to you. See, I'm gonna have a conversation with you one of these days, and I'm gonna figure out what man, not specific man, but like what type, like, with Shahara, I know her husband's like 5'4". I know the type of guy he is too, but that's less important than his height. I know some of the, you get a feel. I get a feel. You might not. I get a feel for people and can tell the type of person that would be the right person for them. So we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to point you in the right direction. And I won't be telling you, go out and find this guy. I will be telling you, go out and put yourself in the position to be found by this guy. So if your dude is a library type dude, then take your ass to the library. You know what I'm saying? So you just go hang out at the library. Do what people do at the library. Read some shit. And your man just gonna come up to you like, oh, baby, I saw you reading that book. And the way your eyes was darting across that page, my heart was just, can I take you out? It's gonna be that simple. I'm telling you, I have a skill. I actually do have a few marriages under my belt. Successful marriages. I got a couple that didn't quite work out, but that wasn't because of me. All right, let's keep it going. Dante say, is it bad up there in Cincinnati? No, it's just snow. It's just a lot of snow blowing around. It ain't accumulating or nothing, but people don't know how to drive in it. Lauren Burt says, yay. Hi, everyone. Hi, Lauren. Thank you for checking us out. Karen Williams in the house. Good afternoon, everyone. She's representing the West End. Tria trying to act surprised. That's not even good acting. I know it's just words, but the way you typed it, I can tell the way that you would say it, and it's not good acting. Don't quit your day job. You are not an actress. Let's see. I think Cedric. I think I said hello to Cedric. E-Man, you know when Raven asked for a positive show, it went south fast. Speaking of that, I think Raven is going to be, I didn't ask her if I could announce it. I think I'm going to have Raven as a guest on my show coming up here real soon, like maybe on Friday. I think she's going to be a guest on the show. But I'll double confirm it and make sure that it's okay for me to say it out loud. So if anybody asks, you didn't hear it from me yet. I didn't say it yet. I wasn't going to say anything, but now I'll say it. You need to amend your claim that you don't cuss. You cuss, but only when necessary. Right. Wink, wink. Well, I mean, I think that goes without saying. When somebody say they don't do something, that means they don't just make a habit of doing whatever that thing is. It doesn't mean in a situation where whatever that thing is necessary, they won't do it. So some of this stuff I shouldn't even have to clarify. I don't murder people. I don't kill people. But if it became absolutely necessary, I kill the fuck out of somebody. Like, what? What do you mean? But I shouldn't even have to clarify that. That's just common sense. Everybody knows that. Let me see. What else we got going on? I think I done said Corey McDougal. Good afternoon. I appreciate you. Okay, I think that's it. I think I got to everybody. Brenda Early, good afternoon. Let me see. Walter Bradley. Walter said, what's up, people? What's up? Samuel Campbell Jr., good afternoon. He's representing Kenwood. Logic Slayer, he says, hey, E-Man, and everyone. You're everyone, by the way. He's talking to you. Terry Anderson, representing Downtown. Tria says, it's crazy because I'm an avid reader. Look, as the king of talk, there are certain things that I don't even want to go into all of the powers bestowed upon me by being the king of talk. Just trust me when I tell you I know what I'm talking about. Dina says, I like my men boxless. You had to be there. You had to be there. I can't even explain it. It wouldn't make sense. But apparently some men have a box. Oh, you had to be there. I'm sorry. Sammy Kevin says, and finding people church homes. Yeah, that's right. I found a number of people church homes that they were like exceptionally happy at. I'm telling you, I have a thing. Veronica Burdine representing College Hill. Good afternoon. What did I do to Lawrence? I heard that God saw it in the Friends of the Buzz group. How did I get name dropped by Lawrence's wife? Why is Lawrence's wife dropping my name in a conversation with Terrence on the air? I talked to Lawrence like every time he called. I took his call. I think people would agree I gave him ample time. Some of y'all would say you gave him way too much time. Yes, I pushed back against the things that he said that were, non-factual or just plain old nonsense. Yes, I pushed back against those things, but I always gave him an opportunity to say what he had to say, to make things clear, to clear up misunderstanding, all of that stuff. How did I get name dropped? I wasn't even there when he got banned. They had fired me long before then. I don't understand. I don't know what I did to him. His wife called in with her gap between her legs. You know what I'm saying? What that got to do? I didn't do anything. And in case y'all thinking I'm taking a shot at his wife, I'm not. He said the reason he married his wife was because of the gap between her legs. He said that out of his own mouth. I didn't make it up. I'm not exaggerating. Sometimes when people say stuff and you say it back, it sounds like you trying to be funny. But he said it. I questioned him about it. Like, you what? You what? Why are you telling us about the gap between your wife's legs? What? But that's why he said he married his wife. They still together. I assume the gap is still there. Let's see. Mrs. HB6969. Oh boy. All right. Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let me see. Karen Williams. I think I said hello to Karen. If she's a guest on your show, that says a lot. I'll stay hopeful. I believe she's going to be a guest, and I think I'm allowed to say it. But I'm not going to say it no more until I verify that I'm allowed to say it. Let me see. Got Vernon. Where's my phone? There it is. All right. Sorry, I heard a weather alert. I think that's it. I think I've said hello to everyone. I see Valerie Davis in the house. Color Me Burt. West Side. Good afternoon. Jeannie Mulholland. I didn't say your name. Good afternoon. Myosha Thomas. Good afternoon. Man, they coming in late. I'm trying to catch up on the hellos. I'm just trying to catch up on the hellos. I think that's it. I think I said everybody. And I think I'm to the end. All right. Ron in the house. Ron Dula. Ron says who? I don't know what you're talking about. All right. I hope everybody's enjoying this wonderful day. I hope everybody enjoyed yesterday as well. Everybody knows I didn't watch the Super Bowl. I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I am still boycotting the NFL till Colin Kaepernick get a gig in the NFL or until they get a majority black owner. Those are my two hills that I'm willing to die on. One or the other. Did I use that appropriately? It's my hill that I'm willing to die on. But yeah, so that I didn't watch it. Mrs. Livingston did watch the Super Bowl halftime show. I didn't watch it, of course, because I don't know who Kendrick Lamar is. I mean, I know he's a rapper. And apparently I've seen around the place that he's a Pulitzer Prize winner. And for some reason, people think that's a big deal. So, but because that sounds like I'm hating. I'm not hating. Here is my position on awards is so. Like most awards are just really subjective. Like Grammys, the people in the Academy, they vote. So subjectively, they say, hey, who you think should win this award? There's a lot of politicking and all of that kind of stuff involved, but it's a popular vote. It's not necessarily, now sometimes it might end up being that way, but it's not necessarily who's the most deserving, what work was the best work, and all that kind of stuff. It's a vote. I'm not into, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, how do I say it? I'm not one of those people who feels like, hey, you won an award, that means you're better than somebody else. So, oh, but he won a Pulitzer Prize. Okay, and that's some people deciding to give him an award. I mean, good for him, but that don't make him any more valuable, talented, necessary, or whatever than anybody else. I don't know the guy. I don't know his music. And people were complaining about the halftime, saying it was boring. Some people were saying it wasn't entertaining. Some people were saying it was very entertaining. Some people were saying it wasn't meant to be entertaining. Some people were saying it went over it was a message and it went over your head. And I don't know. I don't know. But I am going to add, this is where I come, because I see where Daryl said then change the subject or something like that. What you say, Daryl? Okay, next topic then. Wrong. Wrong. Because I like information. So can someone who watched it and understood whatever the message is supposed to be, can you explain to me what the message was or is, and then what it is that we're supposed to do with the message? 513-717-KING, 513-717-5464. If I'm a blind guy, maybe and deaf, and you had to figure out how to explain to me what was the message that I was supposed to receive from the halftime message and what I'm supposed to do with it, I would appreciate that information. Because you could pass on information without me watching you know what I'm saying? So I'm asking if somebody knows. Now, if in all honesty, if nobody knows what the message is, or the message can't effectively be communicated, then it wasn't a great message. And I'm not saying that's the case. I'm saying if that's the case, it wasn't a great message. A great message is something that can be communicated to other people, you know, clearly. And this is just my opinion. And, you know, it can be laid out, and then people can do something with it. So I'm just curious. I want to be let in on the message. I heard that it was deep. Color Me Burt says it was the best Super Bowl halftime ever. Help me. Explain it to me, please. Please. Somebody. Ron says that was the livest since Michael Jackson. Somebody, explain it to me. Please. Please. Color Me Burt says just watch and learn. I'm not going to watch it, but if the message is that important, please explain it to me. Please. Please. What did you think of Samuel L. Jackson's role in the show? Again, I kind of glanced at it. I didn't watch it, because, you know, I wasn't trying to watch it, but I was in the room when it was going on. And so I want to understand. LaDonna said, I was lost. Come on, y'all. Look, when I get opportunity and I have what I think is information, you know, I try to translate things that maybe people didn't understand, or, you know, pass a message on that somebody else didn't get or whatever. I'm not stingy with it. I will tell people. Color Me Burt says, if you did not watch it, how would you know if the message is good or not? Some things you have to research for yourself. No, that's not true. You can give me the message. Like, you could have said, you know, I've never watched Dr. King's I Have a Dream speech. What was the message in it? And then what am I supposed to do with that message? And I would share with you the message in the I Have a Dream speech. I wouldn't say, well, you need to watch it, and then you need to get it for yourself. Like, no, I would explain it. Because there's actually something there to explain. And I think I understood a good portion of it. I wouldn't withhold that information just because. Vernon says, I didn't really understand it, but I still enjoyed it. It's a black thing. Now that I can respect. He didn't understand the message, but it was in his mind is a black thing, and so he enjoyed it. Can't beat that. But if you know what the message is, just explain it. Ron says, get it on YouTube and let everybody watch it until I get home. But no, last time I did something like that, they booted me and all that kind of stuff. You can't play that stuff on your show. You can't do it. You can't do it. Daryl says it's not that damn serious. If you didn't watch it, you didn't watch it. You trying to be messy. No, I'm trying to get somebody to just tell me what the message was that he gave. How is that bad? Like, y'all complicate simple stuff. Again, if you say Dr. King gave I Have a Dream speech, what was the message that he was trying to convey? I wouldn't be like, it ain't that damn serious. If you didn't watch it, you didn't watch it. Stop trying to be messy. I would just explain it. I'm not going to explain it because nobody asked. And I know everybody watching here has seen it. So I'm just using that as an example. But I would explain it. Jericho says, did you miss my comment? I guess I did. Hold on. I'm not in a position to call in, but the basic concept is that America is a game that was created by black people. However, America wants to control how black people behave being a good Negro. That's confusing. That's confusing. Walter Brad says it was mainly about dissing Drake and the buildup of the song, Not Like Us. He had Serena, his ex, in it crip walking. Daryl, why you being a hater? Why? I'm not. She said he too busy being in messy mode. What is messy about asking what the message was? There's nothing messy about that. Somebody could just call and tell me. That would be it. That would be it. I just want to know for me. What is messy about that? What is messy about asking what the message was? Everybody keeps saying it was a message that went over people's heads. Again, what I heard, because again, y'all know I'm not a hip hop fan. I couldn't understand the words that the brother was saying. I didn't see a lot of the imagery. At one point, Mrs. Livingston did say, is that Serena? And I was like, I looked, and then she wasn't there. And then she was like, I think that's Serena. And I looked, and I was like, it kind of looked like her. Ron, here's what I'll do. When someone explains to me the message in the halftime show, I will explain to you the message that I got from the I Have a Dream speech, since you haven't heard it. Why are y'all all trying to talk? 513-717-KING. 513-717-5464. Why is this so difficult? Why is this so difficult? Daryl says, so he telling on himself. He watched the Super Bowl. Again, I didn't watch the Super Bowl. Mrs. Livingston watched the halftime show. And I was in the room when it was on. I was doing something else. But that's it. I was in the room doing something else, but that's it. But if you want to believe I watched it, if that makes you feel better, believe that. I'm okay with it. I can't control what you believe. That other brother just explained it to you in a nutshell. Okay, well then I'll explain to you in a nutshell. Dr. King had a dream. All right. Tanika says it's too cold in Cincinnati for all the fussing you're doing. What fussing am I doing? All I'm at. Okay, my bad. See, and this is the stuff that I do that I think is like super simple, but everybody else think it's something else. I don't think it's messy or fussing to ask someone to tell me a message that apparently was very clear. But I forget it. Don't tell me the message. Don't call in and don't share the message. Don't worry about it. It was a really important message that it's messy to ask what it was. Okay. Why are you fighting with the chat? How is it fighting to ask? Again, I do like really simple. I ask simple questions. What was the message? Don't worry about it. Don't tell me the message. I don't even want to know the message no more. I don't know who you are. Okay, maybe Twin. Twin?
What's up, hey man?
Twin, I know you know the message, but I don't even want to know the message no more.
You want to know it because it's
No.
itching your little...
No, I wanted to know it. I did want to know it. Apparently, wanting to know it makes you messy, and asking for it means you're fussing. So I don't want to know it anymore. So let's not even touch on it. What's on your mind?
I just hate when people put it in the chat. Just call in, man. People
No,
kill me from
don't.
each podcast.
Hold on. But don't call in because I don't want to know it anymore.
Man, no, you need to start whatever news or whatever going on in society. You need to adapt to it, man.
Damn it, I don't want to know the message.
If you can come up with all that wrestling report and all that, why you can't adapt to what's going on?
I don't want to know the message.
I understand all that,
All right
but
then. So what else is
hey,
on your mind?
You sounding like some people ask for reparation and everything. You ain't go get it. So just like you ain't go get Kaepernick back in the NFL. Stop playing, Emanuel. Start adapting to society, man.
What are you talking about?
See, cause you talking about some. I don't know. I don't watch NFL, but you sure can say the wrestling report and all that. Come on, Emanuel.
What does one have to do with the other? I watch wrestling. I don't watch the NFL. What?
Like I just look, man. Just like I said, people talking about reparation and all that every day. You know you ain't go get it. You talking about Kaepernick coming back to the NFL? It's not go happen.
Okay.
So stop it.
Why?
Adapt to
Why are you
adapt to life?
Twin?
Because
Twin.
What's up, player?
Why are you so emotionally invested in whether or not I watch the NFL?
My point is this, man. I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't know what's going on, Lincoln Ware. So we can't really relate to you because you don't know what's going on in society or the world, man.
Okay,
we can't really explain it
hold
to
on.
you.
But again, why are you so emotionally invested in whether or not I watch the NFL or watch the Lincoln Ware show? Why are you that emotionally invested in that?
It's not that, man. If you got a podcast come with news, sports, and whatever's going on in today's society or past tense or whatever.
If that's what you want it to.
You can't adapt to it because you lost. You don't know what's going on. But you can adapt to wrestling, which we don't even know nothing about.
Well, then adapt. Nigga, adapt. Start watching wrestling so you can know what I'm talking about.
Hey, look, man, calm your voice down, man.
What?
You ain't even got
Oh my God, you are not telling somebody to calm their voice down. You sitting here, you all super emotional because I don't watch the NFL or watch Lincoln Ware. And you gonna tell me to calm? What?
But you can't say, I don't understand. I don't know what went on over there. But you can't relate or come with some type of topic, really, man. If you can't relate to society, adapt to the world, what's really going on.
Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying, man. So it's hard for us to really push the issue on you because you don't watch it.
Oh my God. I know that you believe this to be the case, but the world consists of a whole lot more than the NFL and the Lincoln Ware show.
Okay, we make up say who lived? Michael Jordan's leg got cut off. God forbid. But I don't know. I didn't read the story. But you know about damn if The Rock got his leg cut off.
Then you need to read more stories about The Rock.
Man, whatever, man. Just adapt to society, man.
I don't even know. I don't even know what that means.
Okay, with that, man. To be honest, man, it's just about Drake. That's all it was about. To me, to my understanding, that's all it was about.
Okay, but I don't care anymore. I asked. People refused to call and help me out, so I don't care anymore.
I'm helping you out a little bit.
I don't care, but I'm telling you now that I don't care. I don't care anymore. I did care. I wanted to know, but apparently wanting to know is messy, so I don't care. So I don't even want to talk about it.
Man, you sound just like dude that stole your game, man. That's how you sound. You sounding like a lost puppy, man, that stole your game.
What?
That's how you... What? Nothing. You heard what I said.
I heard what you said, but I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense.
It do make sense. That's how you sounded, man. Like somebody stole your cookies or something. I don't want to hear it no more. Come on, man.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's other stuff. All right. So
well, I don't know what other stuff. This all I gotta adapt to what's going on right now, man.
All right. So so let's adapt. So let's adapt.
Other than that, I don't know nothing else to talk about really because you can't adapt.
Hold on. You really think that the only thing to talk about in the world is the halftime performance?
I mean, that's what you just was talking about, so I have to roll with what you was talking about.
Since when? Stop lying. Since when? You call in and just go off the top of your head about something that I ain't even brought up almost every day. Since when do you have to just roll with what I'm talking about? So Donald Trump wants to get rid of the Department of Education. How you feel about that?
I ain't read up about it, man. So
what?
I can be honest.
Oh my God! No, you didn't. Hold on. You didn't just now finish giving me a long, hollering, screaming lecture about adapt and know what's going on in society and all that kind of stuff. And if Michael Jordan's leg got cut off, then you wouldn't know. You only know about the Rock's leg getting cut off. And how you gonna talk about this? And then I say the Department of Education. Well, I didn't read that story. What?
Emanuel. You don't try to reverse that, man. Don't try to reverse that psychology. Crazy topic on me, man. I don't wake up listening to Donald Trump, really, man. I laugh at dude and keep it rolling. That's all, man. I don't say he get rid of the Department of Education. No, I ain't seen it yet. Maybe I'll check it out since you brought it up. I'll check it out when I get off, probably. Maybe. Other than that, no, I'll get off and play with my son, you know. Teach me how to fight or something like that. Other than that, I ain't thinking about no damn Trump. Think about my son, how your day going or something.
Well, thinking about your son, the state of education in our country should be somewhere in those thoughts, right? Because at some point, you're going to want your son to be educated, right?
He getting educated now. I read to him books and everything that come in the mail.
What?
I just start ordering some. I say he getting educated now early. He just laugh at the pictures right now. I just be making fun when I read and, fake like I'm a character or something like that.
Well, what kind of books are these?
They like the birds and the different. There ain't no sexual crazy stuff or whatever you think inside there.
Who said anything about sexual? I didn't say nothing sexual. I just asked what kind of... Oh my God, I'm being messy. You're right. I'm being messy again. I asked a question. That means I'm fussing and being curious about what kind of books you reading to your son. That's being messy. You're right. You're right. I'm wrong. I should not have asked that question. I should not even want to know that information. I apologize for wanting to know information.
You square for a fair man. It's just different books and... He be on that cocoa melon. They got a cocoa melon tablet thing out, and I be, try to read to him like, look, this how it goes, son. And then he laugh and all that.
And how old is your son now? I'm sorry. No, don't answer. I apologize. I shouldn't have asked that question. It's messy. It's messy of me to ask a question and be fussing and all that kind of stuff, wanting information. So please don't answer that question.
Okay. He won, man.
Okay.
That's it, man. That's all I had to say, man.
All right.
You fell out your baby chair, man. I
Okay.
don't know, man. You be switching the game up. You a prosecutor and you NWA, you a Jamaican, a Muslim or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
Alrighty, man. I'm all at you, player.
All right. I thought about asking him, did he have anything else he wanted to talk about? But then it dawned on me, that would be me fussing. Asking a question is fussing. And wanting to know if he had anything else he wanted to discuss is definitely being messy. Wanting information is messy. Asking for the information that you want is fussing. So I don't want to be messy and I don't want to fuss. I told you I want a simple, problem-free show today. And y'all teach me stuff. Like, look, I get it. Y'all teach me. Me asking is fussing, and just wanting to know is messy. So I'm not sure where to go from here because I don't want to be messy. I don't want to fuss. I'm not sure what I can say. That wouldn't be fussing. And wouldn't be messy. Oh, I have to think now. I heard some stuff about the little neo-Nazis and all of that stuff today. And I had some questions because I thought that we needed some answers. But I'm afraid to ask those questions now because I don't want to be messy. I don't want to be messy. What can I talk about that wouldn't be messy? Like, because I do be wanting information, but that's messy. I'm not sure. I don't know what to say. That wouldn't be messy or fussing. Now, I'm not asking these questions, but I wanted to know previously because I heard that, the Nazis was escorted by the police. I heard that. And I got questions about it. And I had questions that I was just wondering. And then people was talking about like trying to change laws and stuff like that. And I had questions about that too. I heard Cecil Thomas call in talking about changing some laws. And I had some questions about it. I don't want to be messy. Because my questions were, of course, going to ask for information. And I know that's messy and fussing. I don't want to be messy or fuss. I'm watching this show on Netflix called The Recruit. Anybody watching? Well, I'm watching it. I don't really care if anybody else is watching it. I'm watching it, and I think it's a decent little show. I think it's in season number 2, and I watched season number 1, and yeah, that. So I'm trying to think of stuff to say that's not messy. You can't really go wrong talking about like TV and music. I think the best era of music for me was late 80s through, I'm gonna say the 90s. Yeah, that was good music. I was a New Jack fan. I was kind of really following Teddy Riley. Andrea says you should watch Night Agent. I did. I watched both seasons. Second season, you know, a little, yeah, it was okay. Shahar says, can you read my earlier comment, please? It'll help give you something to say so that this show doesn't dwindle into not talking about much. Okay, I can read it. She said, girl, yes, he is. He still is. You just get used to it. But for the longest, I didn't like him because of it. It pops back in from time to time. Well, there you go. That'll keep me from talking about anything. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you for the earlier comment. It's a series on Netflix called Cassandra. It's pretty good. Okay. I'll try to check it out. I will. Brent says specifically 1986 to 1996 was the greatest era of R&B music. Shahara says that was not the comment. That was a separate convo with someone else. Well, you just said look at your earlier comment. I just looked at your earlier comment. I went back to the last comment that I saw. Okay, the other comment is, please read my comment. I gave you a suggestion, even though you probably won't take it. So now this is like a scavenger hunt. It's a scavenger hunt. So go back to the previous comment. Wait, which part? I've said a few things. Okay. That really gave me a whole lot to talk about. I don't know, maybe it's another comment. We're on a scavenger hunt to find the comment that I should be reading that's gonna determine the direction of the show moving forward so that I don't have to ask any questions or want any information, because that's being messy. I gave you a suggestion. You didn't read my comment. I guess that means I have to go back to the previous comment. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Yeah, I'm not making this up. I'm scrolling. I'm looking for. We're on a scavenger hunt now, searching for the magic comment. I'm scrolling. I know you don't like rap, but Kendrick Lamar is an insightful rapper. I actually think you should get the lyrics to his songs. Not all, but maybe the bigger ones, and read them. That would help give an idea of the message from his halftime show, but I doubt you'll actually do that. Was that the magic comment? I won't do that. Because I no longer want to know what the message was. Because that's messy. Jeanette Stevens says the 70s was the best music era. Now look, I'm not saying that one era was better than the other. That's why I said, for me, or in my opinion, that's the music that resonated with me. So I'm not saying the music in the 80s and the 90s was better than the music in the 70s and the 60s. I'm just saying that is what resonated with me. And so it doesn't make it better. I don't want people, fussing. I don't want to be messy. I don't want people fussing about what era of music was better. I found when you talk to people, or at least I should say when I talk to people, I have found that typically between the ages of 16 and 25 is the era where the music spoke to the people better, or spoke to the people the most. Whatever you were listening to, and it's not, of course, it ain't across the board. It's not for everybody. But I found that, you know what I'm saying, you were 16 through about 25. I mean, you can go down a couple years, up a couple years, but typically that's the music that spoke to you the most. Cause, you know what I'm saying, you was finding yourself, you were out there, you know, life was going on for you, you were developing as a person, and whatever you was listening to helped develop you, because music does that. Music helps you develop as a person, which is why I always talk about well, I can't say I always talk about it, but that's why I talk about the messages in our music, in my opinion, being very important. Because, again, my take on it is those people, those 16 to 25-year-olds, those are the ones that are consuming the most music. Whatever the new thing is that's out, they're consuming it. And that is shaping who they are, whatever it is that they're listening to. And so if you're doing a steady diet of, you know, just horrible messages and stuff like that, I mean, I guess it could go either way. There are people who listen to horrible stuff and they don't internalize it because they understand this is just entertainment. It's for my entertainment, and there are other things that shape who I am. But for a lot of people, they look for stuff that shape who they are. And I don't know that people can really argue, well, anyone can argue anything. But even if you look at, say, the civil rights era, the music that was coming out, a lot of the music that was coming out during the civil rights era about, you know, freedom and justice and fighting for rights and the struggle and all of that kind of stuff, there's a certain soundtrack to the civil rights struggle. I mean, other than, you know, we shall overcome. There's a you know, popular music soundtrack to that struggle. There were artists who were putting out music to kind of speak to the world about the struggle that was going on. So I do think it's important. The messages that, you know, musicians are putting out, because y'all know a lot of people, we put musicians and athletes on this pedestal. And, you know, especially for a lot of young people, whatever your big artist is, well, sometimes it kind of go hand in hand. I think a lot of times people seek out whatever it is that they're into. So if you're into the struggle, you might seek out music about the struggle. And then, you know, that influences you. So, yeah, Ron, Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, and many others were putting out music during that era. And I could imagine if I were, you know, an older person and say Stevie Wonder or Marvin Gaye or Curtis Mayfield did a halftime show and I didn't see it because I don't listen to those artists. And you know what I'm saying? They were, you know, like Stevie Wonder was doing You Haven't Done Nothing. And you know what I'm saying? All of those kind of message music songs. And someone had asked me, like, what was Stevie Wonder really trying to say with his halftime show? I wouldn't get mad at him. I would just tell him. Like, yeah, he was, you know, making a commentary on, you know, the state of civil rights. And, you know, he was basically saying that we can't trust our political leaders who keep telling us things, but they're not actually doing anything. They keep saying that they're going to be behind us, but they won't put that into action. And so his halftime show was about letting the greater community see that we, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't get mad at him. So yeah, there's that. Also, I would say there has been a conversation, which I have appreciated. I've been trying to have this conversation for a long time. Color Me Bert says, so who was he saying you haven't done nothing to? Yes, you trying to be messy. Stop trying to be messy. Just research it. And like when the Isley Brothers was talking about fight the power and all that kind of stuff, I would have probably just explained it to him instead of being mad at somebody for asking. But I've been hearing a different conversation, which I'm appreciating. And at some point, we're going to take it serious. The conversation for real about what it is that we glorify and how we glorify. I always say we glorify a lot of stuff because we don't think about unintended consequences when we talk about stuff. And I listen, and a lot of times people are Ron says, so you watched it. Messy. I watched what? Stevie Wonder? Stevie Wonder didn't actually do the halftime show, Ron. I was giving that as an example. I did not watch Stevie Wonder do a halftime show at the Super Bowl. I thought most people understood that, but I'll be clear. I was just saying that as an example. I'm sorry I confused you. But yeah, when we the music that we celebrate and the people that we celebrate and how we're now kind of thinking about what those messages mean, what are we reinforcing as adults when we talk about this stuff? And because y'all know I had issues back when everybody was telling people that only gang members should be talking to our children and teaching them lessons. And I know that the people that were saying those things really thought, they were saying something good. But, that's not good, in my opinion. That's not good. I think if anything, we should be keeping all of our gangbangers and drug dealers and all of that kind of stuff away from our children. Seabree says, without being messy, can you explain who Big Meech is? No. If you want to know, research it. Find out yourself. You're being messy and you're fussing just for asking the question. Stop being messy and stop fussing. Stop being messy and stop fussing. What was I saying? Samuel Campbell says, you're a square, Emanuel. But no, I really do. I think we should keep the drug dealers and whatnot away from our young people. Like maybe, and this is a maybe, troubled youth. Maybe troubled youth. Go talk to the troubled youth. But you don't get to celebrate your terrible lifestyle in front of them. You don't get to celebrate your terrible lifestyle in front of them. Andrew say, Twin ruined the show for all of us. Twin didn't know. By the time Twin, I got the message before Twin called. Asking for information is messy. I got that. So by the time Twin called in, I was over it. I was over wanting an actual information. I was at the point of not wanting to be messy. But yeah, maybe, Ron says, don't make me call Lindsay. I'm not sure who that is. Call Lindsay. I'm not sure who that is, but you can feel free to call him. But yeah, no, maybe for our troubled youth, the gangbangers and drug dealers and thugs and criminals get to go talk to them, but they have to be monitored. They have to be monitored. Once you start celebrating that lifestyle, like the Sandman or whatever, get a big hook, pull him off the stage. And say, hey, whoa. I know he was making it look good. He was talking about how many cars he had and how much money he had and how many women he had and all of that kind of stuff. I know that, it was sounding good to you. So that's not good. And then you have somebody who can come up and who can actually talk about the hardship of that lifestyle, not the part that seems attractive. But for the other people, for the young people who, may not need to hear all of that stuff, we don't need to, even put that idea in their head. We can have people who've not sold drugs, committed murders and crimes and been in jail and all of that kind of stuff. People who are, successful. And successful don't necessarily mean, when I say successful, I don't think I mean what a lot of other people mean when they say successful. I think a lot of people, when they say successful, they mean, oh, he got a lot of money. He own a business. He's, has this respectable career. He's a doctor. He's a lawyer. All these things that we've built up in our head to say, this is what success is. I think success is you're positive for society. That's what I think success is. You're positive for society. You're happy wherever you are in life, and you're positive for society. To me, that's success. To me, that's success. Now, that sounds crazy to some of y'all. Well, he worked 9 to 5 and he make $42,000 a year. He ain't successful. No, man, that ain't necessarily. I don't necessarily agree with that. He's struggling. If he lose his job, he lose 2 paychecks, then he'll be in some trouble. That don't mean he's not successful. Not to me. That don't mean he's not successful. He's happy? Well, yeah, he happy. Is he robbing or stealing or hurting anybody? No. Could you hold him up to a young person as an example of how to behave? Yes. I mean, you can add some other stuff in there, but you know what I'm saying? To me, that's success. Again, to other people, he a garbage man. Sanitation worker, I'm sorry. He's a sanitation worker. He's not successful. I don't necessarily agree with that. But there are a lot of people who do. A lot of people, they only want, he grew up here and then he became a this. Raven tried to write a book on here. Yeah, no, we not doing that, Raven. We don't care anymore. We don't care anymore what the message was. It's messy to ask what the message was. And I said today, I wanted a nice, calm, peaceful show. So we not being messy. So, not today. Um, Shahara says sanitation engineer. If that's what you want to call it, that's fine. That's fine. And there are women out here who won't date successful men if it's not the level of success that they're, because that's what we've really created a scenario where success has this specific definition and it's got a price tag on it. And a lot of the minds of a lot of the young people, now I'm not talking about y'all, that's watching. Some of y'all, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it, but yeah, some of y'all still have those same mindsets. But I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about these young people. I'm talking about these young people. Somebody said I'm being a brat. Hey. Hold on, I'm gonna pause my thought for a minute. I want to explain something to y'all. I'm really just some dude, right? And I got feelings. You know what I'm saying? I got feelings. And when I'm genuinely trying to, do something, and all I get in return is critique, criticism, insults, and all of that kind of stuff. And I see that what I'm trying to do, like on the real, what I'm trying to do is being kind of discarded, looked down upon. Sometimes I just say, forget it. And I move on. For real, I just say, forget it, and I move on. And, I had to be in the mood and I told y'all coming on, like, I don't want no drama. I want a nice, quiet, calm, peaceful show. Now, if I was in a mood where I wanted drama, I would have just pushed through all of that stuff. But if I'm asking you for information, and your response is you being messy, and I'm asking for enlightenment, and your response is you fussing, and I'm explaining to you like, no, I'm not fussing and I'm not trying to be messy. I'm really looking for information and enlightenment. And your response is you messy. Guess what? I'm not in the mood. I done tried to explain it and clarify it. And if that's what you getting from it, then let's pivot. Because I'm not in the mood to fuss. I'm not in the mood to try. I have moods where I don't care. I'm going to push through and I'm going to get, but, you got to be in the mood for that. You got to be, at least me. I know what I'm getting into. And I thought I was like super clear at the beginning of the show. Like, this is not what I wanted. This was not what I wanted. So, I didn't feel like, Jericho said, so your response is to shut down? Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? If I'm going to use an analogy. If I'm a prize fighter and I'm going into a fight and I know I'm not in the mood to fight, I know I ain't got no fight in me today. Sorry, we postponing the fight. I'm not just going in there and getting my A whooped just to say that I fought. No, we postponing the fight. We postponing the fight. I'll be ready to fight next week or next month or whatever the case may be. Whenever the next time we can schedule this fight for, that's when we'll schedule it for. I'm not going in to take a whooping just because. So yeah, hey, What's this? You being messy. No, for real, I'm not being messy. I'm genuinely asking, what's this? See, you being messy. I'm not being I promise you, I'm not being messy. Well, what's this? See, you being messy. Okay, forget it. I don't even want to know what it is no more. Yes. Raven, see, Raven, you don't understand me. You don't understand me. I said going in, I wasn't here to fight. I wasn't here for. I wanted a nice, calm, peaceful show. I said that going in. I said that going in. I didn't want it. I didn't. So no, I back down from fights all the time when I'm not in the mood. Now it's rare to catch me when I'm not in the mood, but today was just one of those days. Today was just one of those days. Vincent says, so did multiple people call you messy? Yes. Yes. Want me to name them? I think I can name them. Color Me Bert, Jerica, Ron, Daryl. Those are the four that just came to my mind just like that. I think Tanika as well. Those are the ones that just come to my mind. But it was even more people. Yeah. So, yeah. I wanted information. I don't want it no more. I don't want it no more. And I even told y'all going in, like, I'm going to ask y'all for something. Please don't be stingy with information. Y'all don't remember me saying that at the very top of the show? I'm going to ask y'all for some information. Please don't be stingy with this information. Basically, I begged y'all. So now, I'm not punishing anybody. I'm just not discussing that. And I think talking about what constitutes a successful person or not a successful, okay, Tanika said I was fussing, sorry. What constitutes a successful person or not a successful person is a valuable conversation. Somebody will bring it up in 2 weeks and everybody will be like, oh, that's so deep. Oh, that's deep. Oh, that was such a deep conversation. And I'll be sitting here thinking, I tried to talk about that 2 weeks ago. And all they wanted to talk about was what I had wanted to talk about earlier that they pushed me away from. Because I think it is very important that we look at the messages that we're sending to. Because look, I genuinely believe this. Jerica says, then you were bothered because people wouldn't call in and you didn't want them to type the response. Right. I wanted to have a conversation with somebody. Do y'all know, have you ever had an argument via text? It's actually easier to have an argument via text than it is to have a verbal argument via message or a verbal conversation via message. I think it might be a part of why that whole distance learning thing, some people couldn't get it. And they were actually, a lot of times talking. But I say, okay, so what did this mean? And then I had to wait. And then a message comes in. This meant this. Okay, so if that meant that, then what did this mean? And then I had to wait. And then a message comes in. Okay, so what did this part mean? And then I had to wait. And then a message comes in. And then that raises a question. So what did this mean? And then I had to wait. Come on, just call. And I said, well, what did that mean? That meant this. Well, what about this? This meant that. Well, when this happened and then that happened, then what did that mean? Well, that meant this. Because of this. Oh, okay, I got it. That's what I'm saying. Color Me Bird says, why does it have to be an argument? Well, I was using argument because a lot of times people argue. Well, I've had arguments via text and message, but I also put in there Color Me Bird conversation. I also put in there conversation. So if you want to just focus on the argument part, you can. But I did say conversation as well. Some of us don't have unlimited breaks at work like Twin. We can't call in. And that's fine. And that's why I moved on. And now, y'all bothered because I moved on? I'm talking about some valuable stuff here. Yeah, we can talk about what I'm talking about. We don't have to talk about the messy stuff. So I was saying the message I think that we're sending, because look, the overwhelming majority, I believe, the overwhelming majority of people, and I'm going to just talk specifically about black people, the overwhelming majority of black people are probably average to below average in terms of, say income or status or whatever. But because we've created this society where being average is negative, everybody's striving for this thing. And if you ain't whatever this thing is, or striving for whatever that thing is, people treat you bad, like you're nobody and you're not successful. Again, let me go back to the show that I have to admit I won't say I'm obsessed with, because I'm not obsessed with it, but it's entertaining on one hand, it's sad on another hand, but it is enlightening. That Pop the Balloon show, I watch those people. Seabree says, what do you consider an average income? I don't know what the average income is. I think last time the median income, like say in Cincinnati for a black man, was like $35,000 or something like that last time I checked. But it's been a minute. So whatever the average income is average. Well, let me see. Let's look it up right now. Let's look it up. What is the average income in the United States today? Let's see. Come on, just show me. Okay, they're not trying to show me. Average U.S. salary by state. All right. The national average salary is $63,795. Since I'm in Ohio, let's look at Ohio. The average salary is $59,883. The median is $61,617. All right, average salary, African American male. Since I'm specifically talking about black people, They breaking it down by age and all of that kind of stuff. Just show me the average salary for an African American male. The average African American salary in the United States as of January 2025 is $37.99 an hour or $79.25 per year. All right. So there's your average. And if you told a woman, and again, I'm talking about these younger people, even though some of it translates into older people, that's what you make, they're not satisfied with that. They would not be satisfied with that. Vincent Jones says, that's ridiculous. I think that's a little high as well. But I pulled it up and that's what it said. But even that is not satisfactory. And we're relating to our young people. I mean, these be 25, 28, 35-year-olds talking about if he not making six figures. If he not making six figures. Then it's not acceptable. Where are they getting that from? Vernon says, give the annual average number again. Oh, shoot. Okay, now here's another one. That's from a few years ago. This says that the average annual salary for an African American man in the United States is $79,025. I guess this is after that last census. $79,025. Hold on, now let me go back to the average salary in Ohio, just period, across the board, is $59,883. That's the average. That's not, maxing out or what. They're saying basically your run-of-the-mill person. That's not really what that means, but your run-of-the-mill person should be making around $79,000 a year. That's your average salary. You got these people that make a whole lot, and of course you got people that make a little bit, but right in that little average, your median, which is slightly different than average, is $61,617. That feels high to me. That feels high to me. And again, these are just the numbers that I'm pulling up, and they're saying that this is based on the census. In the median household income in 2022 was $74,580, according to the census. But I'm telling you, we are sending the message that even that's not acceptable. Vernon says, so the average black man makes on average more than the average American. According to these numbers, yes. Now, I'm not saying it. This isn't me saying it. I'm looking it up. And this is what the census says. This is what the census says, not Emanuel. The census says that. Seabury says, if you're in California or New York, you really need about 100,000 to be comfortable. These ain't people in California and New York. These ain't people in California and New York. They say where they're from. They be from all over the country. And you don't need 100,000 to be comfortable. I guess it all depends on your definition of comfort. It all depends on your definition of comfort. Ben says that's the household or a single black man. Single black man. Don't fuss at me about the numbers. Don't question me about the numbers. I just shared the numbers. That's it. I feel like that's high. But that's what the numbers say. I feel like that's high. But that's what the numbers that I just looked up say. But I think, Jericho said these new age girls are fancy prostitutes. But I think that that's a message that's really getting out there kind of hard and heavy. And that's why you hear all of these people who got, all of these hustles and stuff. And I'm not against having hustles. Y'all know I got one or two myself. So I'm not against that. I'm not against, trying to get money. I am against judging people's success based on money or status. And I don't know, I feel like we do that a lot. We just as people, but definitely black people. You know how to write car, you're not successful. For real, y'all know I get judged. I drive a 2011 Honda. A 2011 Honda. I get criticized all the time. Y'all hear it sometimes. I get criticized all the time for, fixing my own brakes. I broke in fixing his own brakes. Because if you ain't broke, you don't do that. You pay somebody to do it. All of that kind of stuff. I receive that type of criticism all the time.
Hello?
Raven Monday.
Oh, yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
Hold on. Before you start, I told the people, I said I wasn't going to tell you that. I told them, and I told them not to tell you. But I told the people that you'll be here on Friday.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it was okay for me to tell them that.
Absolutely. I already said that I was going to finally speak my piece on Friday, and I'll happen to do it on the AE. I think that's the perfect place to do so.
All right. I just wanted, I didn't want to overstep or prematurely, whatever.
Nope. Nope. It's okay. It's all good.
Okay.
I feel like people kind of figured and knew that anyway, but you just beat me to the punch. That's all.
Okay. All right. Now, what did you call in for today? What's on your mind?
Just to kind of clear some stuff up about this mindset that you were talking about when it comes to these young people and the money hungry mindset that is plaguing the community right now, especially with the youth. I think something that's just missing just a little bit. I know you said you weren't trying to read no book in the comments today, that you were trying to be peaceful. So I figured if he's not gonna read it, I'll just say it out loud.
All right.
But the last comment that I put in the chat was basically kind of a summarized explanation of why you see that mindset right now. What you're seeing, and it's been happening over time. Like, it's a thing that's happened over time. I'm not going to say it's a new concept, but it is something that has happened over maybe the last, let's say the last 10 years or so. It is something that has happened because of social media, like a whole lot of other things. But the main perpetrator in all of this is capitalism, but it is specified to what we are seeing on social media as young people. as a young woman right now at 31, almost 32 years old in a couple weeks, most of what I'm being fed on my social media timelines is of these professional girlfriends, side chick, baby mamas, female social media influencers who have access to men of wealth. This number of men of wealth is a very small number. And that is not what's being discussed when some of these things are being said, but these are the things that are being said. These professional side chicks, girlfriends, baby mamas of these men who have wealth, which within our community is typically that upper crust ball player, entertainer, rapper, a random nigga who got famous off of social media and now got a couple dollars in his pocket. We are seeing the women who have access to those men. They are the perpetrators of this mindset that you see in young women today. They are hopping on social media and they are advertising their lifestyle. They're becoming influencers. That's not just a catchy, trendy word in 2024, 2025. That is an occupation as well as a powerful thing. You are an influencer. Your entire job is about influencing the masses to partake and enjoy and subscribe to your lifestyle and the way that you live it. So these women, these professional baby mamas, side chicks, girlfriends, they are advertising their lifestyle, and they are saying to the women who subscribe to them that they should also emulate that mindset, because how else do you get somebody to either buy your product or continue to consume your content other than convincing them that they too should be living the way that you live? That's the number one goal of an influencer, is to influence people to believe that the lifestyle I'm living should be one that you want to emulate. That way you'll be more susceptible to buying my product, to investing in my company, and all these other things that come with being an influencer. And those same women are getting on social media and they're making videos and they're becoming female rappers who make songs about, I don't mess with nothing but rich niggas, and if you're not making more than six figures, you can't talk to me. And if there are songs now that you can listen to that play into this, because as we know, in the black community, our music is powerful and it sends out powerful messaging. These same women are becoming, or those same women are either becoming or inspiring other women to become the kind of female rappers now who produce music that also emulate this lifestyle and advertise this lifestyle of, I'm not dealing with nothing but rich niggas. And so if you make a popping song, a popular song with some catchy lyrics and a catchy beat that I can twerk to at the club, and I listen to it all the time, and me and my girlfriends listen to it and we vibe to it, it's very easy to adopt that same mindset of, even if I'm just the average chick, even if I'm just the average chick who work at Walmart and cash my minimum wage check like everybody else, because I am consuming this media, I'm consuming this music, I too now believe that I can't deal with nothing but a nigga who makes six figures, who gonna pay my way, and who gonna take care of me in all these different ways that I don't even have access to the kind of niggas who do this shit. The kind of men who actually do that stuff, they are not checking for Renita who works at Walmart. He's not checking for Lisa who works at, I don't know, the call center. Those men are exclusively dating the women that have access to them, or the women they have access to. These women have made careers, professions out of simply being in the room with rich niggas. They are not the same as us, girlfriend. And so this is why when we have this conversation, I think that what's missing is that particular point. There are people who have access to these men that we speak about, because it's not like they don't exist. Wealthy black men do exist. They're just very small in number, and only select women have access to them. But it's those select women, and truthfully those select men, because those men also put that messaging out there as well, that I'm the kind of man who only deals with women who let me do these kinds of things. That's also in the music. But we are dealing with a very small demographic of our community who is selling their lifestyle that majority of us have no access to. It's all in the music. It's all in the social media content. It's all in the TV shows and the movies that we watch. And so now you have produced generations of young people who only aspire to emulate that lifestyle and will probably never see it. It's the same thing that we see when we talk about why all of these poor white people voted for Donald Trump. They aspire to be rich. They aspire to be wealthy. They think in their minds, delusionally, that one day they just might be as rich as Donald Trump or Elon Musk or whoever else that they consider to be somebody to aspire to in wealth. It's the same concept. It's just very nuanced for the young generation of black people who are coming up. And because that's all in our music and in our content and in the things that we watch and pay attention to.
And so, Miss Monday, what does that do to Todd, who work at Costco? and he out there trying to develop a relationship with the young women out here today, and he run up on them. He's relatively, I mean, he doing all right for himself, but he ain't making six figures. That man go to work every day, do what he supposed to do, and then he run up on her, and because he don't make $100,000 or more and want to feed her lifestyle. What message does that send to Todd?
It sends a terrible message to Todd. But what I would say is Todd's gonna have to search a little harder to find himself a raven. Todd gonna have to search a little harder to find himself the kind of woman who understands everything that I just said. The kind of woman who is educated enough to know the difference between access and influence and what is real life. He is going to have to do. Unfortunately, it's not just going to be as easy as him walking up on a woman and having a luxury of not having to combat those ideals. I'll even say in reverse, there's also, certain struggles that women go through, because there's certain expectations that men have for women these days that come from how they've been influenced by the artists they listen to. There are men right now who all they talk about is, I want a foreign bitch. I want a bitch who ain't from here. I can't stand these black hoes. These black hoes is disrespectful and all these other things. Not all of us. You just aren't looking hard enough for those of us who are very loving and respectful to black men, who will support you with your less than six-figure income. But you don't want me. What you want is the women that you see on social media, the women who live that lifestyle, who are able to afford being able to get their hair and their nails done every day till Sunday. You are looking for the kind of woman who represents that lifestyle that you don't have access to. So you need to rearrange your priorities. Don't go for every chick who looks cute. Maybe think about, yeah, she cute, but I wonder where her mind is at. Yeah, she cute, or she got some certain stuff going for herself, but I wonder what she thinks about me and what kind of family she wants for herself, or what kind of life she wants for herself. It's hard for everybody. Dating is hard for both men and women right now. There are no excuses. We all got to work a little bit harder to find something of substance. And so I think that, Todd, is unfortunately, you're not going to be able to fall in love with just any woman you think is beautiful, or just any woman you think is attractive. You're going to have to put in some work, Todd. Same way I do. I don't respond to every man who comes into my inbox. I've dated both broke men and rich men. I'm about substance. I'm about character. So you're going to really have to hone in on the characteristics in a woman that you want, because they're not all going to be for you. But it is disappointing for Todd that he's unfortunately going to have to deal with a level of rejection that he's unprepared for.
And I really do believe that it creates a situation in our community where you have a lot of insecurity just in people, because everyone, not everyone, but the standard is set so that if you don't meet that standard, you're, quote, not good enough. And that really does. It makes everybody want to chase being good enough. And then you get to a point where you're willing to do whatever it takes to be good enough. And I think that's some of what we're seeing out here. Of what we're seeing. This might be a little bit of a stretch.
I'll go even further than that. It's most of what we're seeing right now. Everybody is dating with wildly inaccurate expectations. I won't even say everybody. I'll say most, like you said. Most people right now, which is why we talk about when you get on the internet and you see all up and down your timeline, everybody talk about the dating pool got piss in it. Well, it do, but we can also very much so remove ourselves from the pool and clean it if we choose to. But unfortunately, like I said, when you have this messaging coming from every which way and direction, it is going to be difficult to pull yourself out of that. You have to know your value as a person to be able to combat some of those insecurities and some of those ideals. You have to learn who you are and establish value for yourself. And that's going to be a hard thing to do, but it is possible. We all have the power to do that. We all have the power to empower ourselves and to love ourselves and to know what we bring to the table. If I know that I'm a good woman, if I know that I am loyal, if I know that I don't look for a man for his pockets, if I know that I am smart, I am intelligent, that if a man was to ask me what I bring to the table, I can say things like support, I can say things like femininity, I can say things like I won't look at you different if you say something mean to me today. I'll still love you, and I will adhere to what it says in the Bible about love and about what it means to be a Proverbs 31 woman. If I know that about myself, there is no room for me to be insecure about anything these men are looking for. A man can't come to me and say, well, I like you or whatever, but I think that you should probably, let me take your tax money and flip it, or some old weird crazy mess that don't align with who I am as a person. You're not going to be able to come over here and require things of me that are not true to the core of who I am. I'm going to look at you, assess you for what you are, and move on with my life. And if that means that it's going to take me a while to find my perfect person or my partner, then so be it. But I'm not going to settle for less, and I'm not going to change myself or remove myself from the core of who I am and who God made me to be anything that's represented on social media. Because what we do know about social media is that everything is a fad, everything is a trend, and nothing lasts. I am the kind of woman who my character lasts. And so if you want the kind of woman whose character lasts and sustains you, you're going to have to rethink about who you are as a man and what your core values are, and find a woman who matches up with those things. We all, men and women, going to have to do that for ourselves. It's cool to be insecure. I have come from a lifelong time of being very insecure about a number of things. But at the end of the day, it wasn't nobody else's responsibility to deal with my insecurities. It was mine. I had to decide for myself that even if I feel bad about certain things about myself, either I change them or I get used to it because it's not changing. And I love myself regardless. So if you are committed to loving yourself regardless, none of this goofy shit that's happening right now in dating or in the culture mean nothing to you. You are looking for somebody to sustain you. If you're looking for lifelong partnership, you're looking for somebody to sustain you through it all. That don't got nothing to do with how much money he got. That don't got nothing to do with how pretty she look, or none of that goofy stuff that don't mean nothing. It's all surface level. I want somebody who sustain me. And if you want somebody who sustain you too, then we can do something. But if not, I'm cool, babe.
I don't know if I agree 100% with what you said, but I agree with a good portion of it. Cause I agree with the majority of what you said. Now, I'm not going to go as far, you didn't say this, but I'm not going to go as far to tell chicks, go date broke niggas. And I'm not going to go so far to tell dudes to go date ugly bitches. But, that super elevated standard that may not be reasonable for you. Now, look, if you are like Raven said, if you're in a position where you are constantly around dudes that make six figures and they're good people and all of that kind of stuff, cool. That can be your standard. That's reasonable for you because you have access to those people. But if you making $26,000 a year working at McDonald's, but you won't settle for nothing less than a man that's making $175,000 a year, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be hard for you to meet Lincoln. It's just going to be difficult.
I got to say this too, because it's so even in that, there are certain nuances that come with that. Because as a woman, if I am making let's say I'm making $26,000 a year, and I am interested in the kind of man who makes six figures, I have to be what a six-figure man wants. Typically, that comes with certain beauty standards, that comes with certain mindset standards, that comes with certain things that kind of a man would be willing to invest in. And so if you feel like you are capable of being the things that kind of man will invest in, then go for it. Have at it.
But you also have to have access to him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. All of those things that he is willing to invest in gives you access to that man. But if you ain't none of them things, you will not have access to him. And so you will have to be realistic about who you have access to and date within that realm.
All right. I don't know that just being that gives you access to them.
I've seen things. I'll just put it like that. I as a woman, I have a varying number of female friends on varying levels of economic standing, let's say, and it's just what I've witnessed, and maybe this is all anecdotal, so take it with a grain of salt. But I'm well aware that there are certain women who don't make very much money, but because they check off other boxes, whether that be because of what they look like or the mindset that they have or whatever the case may be. They have access to certain men simply because of what they look like and the vibe they give off when they come across that man. It's not very hard to come across a rich man. What it is hard is staying in the face of a rich man if you are not the things that he's willing to invest in. There are plenty of men. I mean, they're not everywhere, but at least in the circles that I run in, I have had no issue running into a man who has obtained a certain amount of wealth. It's not very hard to do because.
But that's the circles that you run in. That's what I'm saying. Those are the circles that you run in. You happen to be able to do that. But everybody can't say that. Every woman out here, even, in Cincinnati, can't say, hey, I run across dudes that make six figures, on a regular basis and sit down and have conversations with them. Everybody can't say that.
But Emanuel, that's where social media comes in, because what social media has done is it has opened up a world of different levels of access. So I might not be in the same room as that man, but if that man is scrolling on social media and he comes across my page and he likes what I look like and he digs the overall vibe or whatever he saw on my page, and then he sends me a DM, and whatever vibe that I give to him in the DM, although I don't make nowhere near the same amount of money that rich or wealthy man makes, if I make myself a fixture in his life in any way that he is lacking, that man might be looking for simply companionship. He don't want nobody to help him grow or progress, none of that. He just wants somebody to be a warm body in his bed. It don't matter how much money I make if he think I'm cute and he enjoys spending time with me or talking to me. And I can get that done via social media. I don't ever have to be in the same room with him until he send me a flight. Until he send me a ticket, a plane ticket to come chill.
Okay. We might have to talk about that, because I think that's a little on the dangerous side.
It's very dangerous.
It sounds one way, but rich dudes scrolling through Facebook looking for chicks for companionship ain't necessarily.
Oh, he ain't on Facebook. He on Instagram.
Whatever. Scrolling through Instagram, rich dudes scrolling through Instagram looking for companionship. Okay.
It happens all the time. You wouldn't believe, but it happens all the time.
No, I believe.
It's mostly, I see it mostly, truly, honestly, I see it mostly when it comes to these professional ball players and these entertainers, these rappers. They will, because they don't even have to go looking for it, which is the crazy part.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They're not looking for some serious long-term marital commitment.
Absolutely not. But
right, that's what I'm talking about.
Let me explain why it don't matter. These men are, most of the time, they're not looking for anything long-term. They're just looking for a woman for the night or for the week or for the month or for the year or whatever the case may be. But because these women have gained access to you, just simply being in your face and being able to exist around you, because they gain access to you and because they've been able to do it once or twice or maybe even more than once or twice, they now believe that is their standard. That is their requirement. So those men have now set the precedent for these women who make $26,000 a year, but because a couple of rich niggas came across them on Instagram a couple of times and done flirted with them or given them access or flew them out a couple of times, they now have raised the bar for what they think their standard is. Because if I can attract a rich nigga, I can attract any rich nigga that I want. I only had to do it once or twice to prove to myself that I could do it. Now that I know I can do it, this is my standard from here on out, no matter how much money I make.
And of course, the danger of that, well, one of the dangers of that, because there are multiple dangers with that in my mind, but one of the dangers of that is you kind of price yourself out of the market, because unless your end goal is to be, you know what I'm saying, a high-priced prostitute without the title, if you're looking for, a marital outcome, I don't know that I would suggest that as the route to go.
Well, we also live in a time right now where, and it's unfortunate, but a lot of my peers don't value marriage. A lot of my peers don't believe in long-term commitment. There has been a very big push in things like polyamory and open relationships and, commitment without marriage. Like, there are a lot of people my age who don't believe in the constitution of marriage, who don't believe in the covenant of marriage. And so they're perfectly fine with, as you call it, overpricing themselves or pricing themselves out, because marriage and long-term commitment is not on their agenda. And it sours the market for the rest of us, because the rest of us are having a harder time coming across each other and finding each other, because we have to wade through the excess of people who don't want that.
Okay. Well, Raven, I appreciate you calling in. I do have to say one thing about your call. You used the N-word a few times, and, on this show, we don't use foul language.
Oh, my gosh.
So, you know what I'm saying? If you could just
I'm going to let you continue to tell that lie that you don't cuss and that you don't say the N-word and all that. I'm going to let you keep that lie.
Refrain from using such language on this platform. We would appreciate it.
Yeah, okay. I'll talk to you on Friday.
Raven, I'll talk to you later. Thanks for calling. That is Raven Monday. Yeah, she trying to use that language over here. We don't use those words over here unless they're absolutely necessary. And yes, it was absolutely necessary for me to say what I said. Just because you don't understand how necessary it was, don't mean it wasn't necessary. CK.
Hey, Mr. Livingston, how you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing all right. How are you?
Man, great show, man. I like that shirt, man. Watch you on the big screen. Finally got a day off, you heard me?
Well, all right. You can't beat that.
Right, man. Hey, I think Raven might be right, though, man. Long as you not incarcerated, you got access to all the people, man.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
But hold on. Now, when I'm saying access, okay, I can go on. I actually do have an Instagram account, but I don't go on there. I think I've posted once. But I can go on Instagram and look through and see all of the pretty women that I want to see. I can go on OnlyFans and watch them touch themselves. You know what I'm saying? All of that kind of stuff. And watch other people touch them and watch them touch themselves with other stuff. I can do all of that stuff is on the table, okay?
Right.
But when I'm saying access to, I mean like real meaningful access in terms of developing, because to me, I kind of agree with the Kevin Samuels model that in terms of relationships, and I'm as an old-fashioned dude, in terms of relationships, ooh, you all right?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, you all right?
No, my bad. I dropped the phone, man. My bad.
Okay. In terms of relationships, for my money, marriage is success. Not that your marriage is necessarily going to be successful, because of course marriages fail, and then hopefully you try over. But anybody, I could go out right now if I wanted to, which I don't, and get some draws. You know what I'm saying? Any chick could find a dude to smash. So that's not a success. Ooh, I got access to all of these dudes that want to have sex with me. That's not, when I'm saying have access to those people, I'm talking about for real meaningful relationships.
Yeah, you know where we at in life. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, okay, take the internet out, Mr. Livingston. Take the internet. I didn't agree with her on the internet part. I'm talking about I'm saying you could be $11 an hour at Wendy's, 4 for $4, right?
All right.
Then dude mob through the drive-thru in a Bentley. You can have whatever you like. See what I mean? So you can get swooped off by a billionaire. Just meet Carl Linder at Wendy's as he buying a 4 for $4.
Yeah, because that happened every day.
I think you're right. I think a dime piece gets picked up because, okay, to add to her point, have you ever went to a restaurant and seen a dime? Like working there?
No. Just being honest.
Okay, I seen a dime piece last year working at Taco Bell over there on Colray, right?
No, you didn't. You didn't.
No. Sir.
No, I promise you didn't. Let me just tell you that you ever heard like, she's a 10 in Kentucky, but she's a 4 in LA. That's a real thing. There's a relative scale. And so when you walk into from a celebrity standpoint, all right? From a celebrity standpoint, tell me who you think is a dime. Who's a 10? A 10, not a 8, not a 9, celebrity-wise. Who's a 10?
Gabrielle Union.
Interesting choice. But okay, so Gabrielle Union. So you saw a chick at Taco Bell on Coleraine that was as fine as Gabrielle Union.
Yes.
Stop lying.
Yes.
Stop lying. She was in the Taco Bell setting, she was as fine as Gabrielle Union, but as soon as she walked outside with normal people, you would have been like, okay, she might be a 7. But she wasn't no Gabrielle Union. She not on the run. She wasn't runway. Please don't, I'm not hating, but I'm just saying for real, it's not, you're not seeing those chicks at Taco Bell. You're not working at Taco Bell. They're not.
Sir, this is what I was saying. When I seen this woman, she made me think of celebrities. She made me think of Instagram models. She made me think of OnlyFans. I'm like, damn, you working here? Now, I know in my mind.
I've been to the Taco Bell on Coleraine. I would have synced her.
Let me see, right there on gas.
Bro, I've been there. You know I'm a junk food dude. I've been there. I'd have synced her, man.
Oh, my God.
Now, don't get me wrong. It be some cute chicks working at the restaurants and stuff like that. I'm not saying that don't exist, but it ain't no dime at the Taco Bell on Coleraine. If you work at the Taco Bell on Coleraine and you think you're a dime, baby. Ignore what I'm saying. But for the rest of us in real life, it ain't no damn dimes working at the Taco Bell in Coleraine. It's not. But go ahead. You think you saw a dime. No. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hijack your point.
Hold on, because you got me second guessing when you said you been up in there. I'm like, is this the same Taco Bell? But let me describe what I seen when I said this. Booty like pow, breasts like boom, face like whoa. But she did have a long ass weave on. The weave was a little, that would have threw you off. You're right. The weave was a little bit, I mean. That's the only thing because I was telling my guy, I was in the little workhouse program. I was like, man, you got to go over there and get your taco spray, man. Just look at this woman. And I'm taking the youngest. So you know the youngest. I think youngest are better at assessing dimes than older guys because we settled. So I was taking the youngest. So it was like, oh yeah. She was real deal dime.
She was probably a Taco Bell dime, but if you put her on the runway at the Oscars, nobody gonna be looking at her like, F you, Gabrielle, look at her. No, that wasn't happening from the Taco Bell on Coleraine. That's all I'm saying. But I apologize. I hijacked your point. You were trying to make a point. You saw this dime at Taco Bell on Coleraine, and go ahead.
So, hold on. We going to argue this point. Why do you think Gabrielle Union never worked at a Taco Bell? Why do you think J-Lo never worked at White Castle?
I'm not saying that they didn't. I'm not saying that they didn't. I don't know if they did. I can guarantee you they didn't work at the Taco Bell on Coleraine. That I can tell you for sure.
That's interesting. That's a very interesting point you come with. Because I'm thinking everybody did everything. You act like these guys. So you think these women just born stars? No, they worked their way up to where they got to.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but I'm saying it's not reality 2025 Cincinnati, Coleraine Avenue Taco Bell.
So what about when you go to the mall and you walking through like the little sections and the women be selling like perfume and all that? You ain't never seen no dappies doing that?
No. I've seen some really attractive women in Cincinnati. And I would say I've seen some what I would consider dimes in Cincinnati. I've seen a couple, but.
Would you call Gabrielle Union a dime?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we got, for each his own.
Yeah, that's all subjective. That's all subjective.
Yeah. I've seen it. But you saying you don't even think a girl that pretty as Gabrielle working at Taco Bell?
I don't think she's all that pretty. I don't think Gabrielle's all that pretty. So that's what I'm saying. It's subjective. It's all subjective. So you saw a Taco Bell dime, and you were about to make a point about this Taco Bell dime.
Yeah, I'm thinking that we are all in the same circles. Okay, if I want me a beautiful, like, if I, what we're even looking for, right? That's where Cooper Hawk goes in. I look for a woman like where her values, they be at Cooper Hawk on Sundays. Go on right at the church. You know what I'm saying? So you meet people kind of, on the financial burden. You meet good professionals. You meet, you know what I'm saying? So it's different spots. You can go find these dimes with the financial status to match. And let me tell you, I was in a situation this weekend where leaving the casino, right? I'm leaving the casino 2 a.m, right? As I'm walking out.
You saw a dime.
No, they wasn't dimes. They were some thick, juicy mamas, right? Thick, juicy, revealing with the net out, booties out, all that, but they was kind of revealing, right? So I'm on them, man. You know me, I'm just leaving the casino. I want both y'all. I'm in there. Oh, where y'all? Y'all the finest in the casino. Whoa. Running that good game, talking to both of them, right? The red bone. She looked at me like I almost had her laughing. She looked down at them shoes, man. I had those fake Jordans from Africa, the African Jordans, remember for a few years ago?
I don't, but okay.
But
I can imagine.
She said, damn, what you got them on for, man? I said, look, baby, I just got off work. That was the beginning of the end. You hear me? She crushed me so hard. Come on, man, I'm about to be 49 tomorrow. This shirt so juvenile. She crushed my heart so bad, and it was over. Then I came back up the elevator with them, talking stuff. Now I'm looking stalkerish, right? But I got a whole bunch of people in there, so I'm talking. They talk, we making everybody laugh. Don't you know I went all the way home, put on them Ken Griffey's and came back to the casino and ran. And I was telling the people in the casino how she rejected me because of my shoes. And they walked up and seen me. And this was part 2.
And then you had on the nice shoes, and because I don't know. I'm not a sneaker guy, so I don't know if the Ken Griffey's is a step above the Jordans or whatever. But you said Ken Griffey's, so I imagine you said it like, you know what I'm saying, like that was the stuff. Yeah. So
Jordan is the king, but it's only 3 guys that's bought. They're a little bit more sophisticated and got them. Bo Jackson. You get you some Bo Jacksons, you get you some Ken Griffey's, or you get you some Deion Sanders. Those are the only ones. They're a little bit more exquisite.
Now I'm gonna be honest with you, and again, I'm not a sneaker guy, but I've never heard a chick be like, I walked up on him, he had on them Bo Jacksons. Oh my God, them Bo Jacksons just had me. I've never heard a woman say that.
I had the Jordans on and she roasted me. The fake Jordans.
Right, you had the fake Jordans on. Not the real Jordans. She wouldn't have roasted you in the real Jordans. If you'd had on the real Jordans, then she'd have been like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I came on, he had on the Jordans, you know what I'm saying? I was digging the fit, whatever. But I never heard a chick like, the fit is nice, but what really set it off is the Bo Jacksons. I've never heard a chick say that.
Bruh, listen to me, Mr. Livingston. I went up there. I was smooth because I had on the Nike jacket. I just zipped it all the way up so you couldn't see my uniform, right? I'm smooth with the black pants, so I'm kind of blending in. I got the J's. They really just elderly. They've been worked in, so they got wrinkles and everything. A little on the old side. So she looking like, damn, because Saturday was popping. That was the day before the Super Bowl, right? So she looking like, damn. So when I came back with the Griffey's, now she looking at them. And my bad, I forgot to hit you with this. She did hit me with, you need front a girl $50, you know what I'm saying? So she hit me with the trick part when I first went in with the busted shoes. So the red bone wasn't feeling. She said, front me 50. So now I come in there with the Griffey's, and now she like, man, you crazy. Like, you right at us again, but I got her girl. Now her girl like me. I'm talking to her girl, I'm walking with her, whoa. I say, so what's up, baby? Let me take you out or something? She said, I would, but I don't think my boyfriend are like that. Hit me with that Heisman Trophy pose, Livingston. She said, I don't think my boyfriend are like that.
Right, she ain't got no boyfriend, bro.
Right. Yeah. You right. It was old. Yeah, you could tell she ain't had no boyfriend what she had on.
Yeah, she wasn't feeling them Griffins.
No,
Oh.
it was over. Her girl, it was already over. Her girl had already made her decision for her. Her girl wasn't feeling me no more.
No. Stop telling yourself that. If she wanted you, she would have told her girl, I don't know what you talking about. And if nothing else, she'd have slipped you the number. You know what I'm saying? So her girl didn't know. She did not want you. That's why she said no. It ain't, because her girl had no.
I had a little bit though. I'm talking about.
No, you didn't.
I'm talking about it was.
You didn't. You entertained her, but you didn't have her.
Yeah.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I mean, you know how it is when you got it. Somebody else got to tell you the truth sometimes. But yeah, that's how it ended. But I did go up there and win another $150. So it wasn't for nothing to come back. So it turned out good because money over.
I'm sorry. Did you say you gave him $50?
No, she asked for 50 up front when I first met him. When I had on the busted shoes, so she probably peeked the shoes real quick.
Right, but then you just now say you didn't get her, but it was all right because you only gave him $50.
No, I said I came up with 150.
Oh,
I hit a lick at the casino. The go back, I profited another 150 on the comeback.
Okay.
So I'm talking about I made money.
I don't know what I was hearing.
Huh?
No, I don't know what I was hearing. I misheard you. I'm glad you won $150. So you've been. Because I heard you say, I think on Wyatt, that you won money on the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Hey, how you think about that? Republican red is powerful. They did win, but I went with money green over the Republican red.
I'm glad you won money, bro. I'm glad.
Yeah, I won about 12. But you know how that winning is. They don't never tell you about how much they lost, though, do they?
Well, I thought we agreed some time back that you would stop gambling because you had a problem. But I guess the problem got the best of you.
The devil is real. Addiction is real. Gambling is real. You right about that. But I ain't gambled today. I ain't gambled since then. I ain't been back up there. I'm fighting it now. You know my birthday tomorrow. I don't want to go before my birthday. That'd be depressing.
Well, you don't want to go for your birthday.
Or?
Yeah, don't indulge in your addiction on your birthday.
No, I won't.
Okay.
I'm going to go into my sex addiction on my birthday. 2 women.
Dimes from Taco Bell.
They not dimes, but hey, they don't add up to a dime. 2 5s equal a dime, don't it? I'm going to get 2 nickels.
2 5s equal a dime. You got me there. No doubt about it.
Yeah, I got a 3. I got like a 3-2 joint, but man, the 3 is not really somebody we want to be around. She be talking. God, I mean, the conversation is like, okay, you sitting there watching a movie with your 3, and she just looking at you. It's like, hold on, can we interact and watch the movie? You know what I'm saying? I just want you, like, no, just be regular, watch the movie. Like, the 3s be a little too desperate. You feel me? They just want a whole situation too quick. That's the only reason. That's why you don't like dealing with the 3s.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have a nice. The conversation is terrible. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the Coming to America part when they bought his wife. Remember in the beginning?
No.
Remember she was jumping up and down.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. You don't want one of them for real, unless they that fine.
Okay.
But if you have a 3 that does that, it does nothing for you.
All right.
Like, yeah, but Livingston, just remember, you do have access to these powerful women because these women are single and they got money, and the men is the new bitches. See, these guys act like females, so it's easy to get these women now because they ain't really used to being around a real man, a gentleman. You see what I'm saying? So when you hit them with that real game, they like that. Like, hold up, mama, what you worried about the shoes for? So you ain't not what the shoes ain't not. You know what I mean? So you want to be more. Don't try to. What's the word? Like show off. You know what I'm saying? Like just being more real and humble is attractive to females.
Real and humble. All right.
Yeah. Don't try to be flashy like.
Yeah. Don't wear your Bo Jacksons on the first date?
You can wear bows, do regular. That's nothing.
Oh,
Your
I'm
shoes,
sorry. I
not
thought they
just
was
be clean.
flashy. I thought the bows was the flashy, top of the line.
It's classy for me because I'm coming from nothing. But I'm talking about to the normal people, it's just regular.
Okay.
It's just okay. You see what I'm saying? As long as you clean. But like I said, my shoes was a little dusty and old because I
Okay.
was at work.
All right.
So
What-
I mean, what's your thoughts on women and their shoes? I mean, and thinking, how do women think about men's shoes? Is that one of the first things they look at?
I don't know. I've heard that it is, and maybe that's why a lot of women look at me and then look away real quick because my shoes don't ever be on point. I just wear whatever I put on that's comfortable, and so if shoes is what they judging on, then I'm on the, what I'm saying, I was a Radio 1-3.
Hold up. So you be wearing like elderly shoes too? Like, do they be busted or do you wear like brand new joints?
No, bro, I wear whatever until I decide like they too busted to wear anymore, and then I go buy a new pair.
Oh, so you're not letting other people change who you are? Like
No.
you just want to feel good? Right.
No.
Right. So well, how did you feel about me going home and changing shoes? I mean, give me a soliloquy on that, please.
Well, that sounds
'Cause
silly to me to go and change shoes for a chick to just try to get $50 off of you. But, you know what I'm saying, to each his own.
Yep. And now that was real. Listen how you just said that. That sounds silly to me to try to change shoes for a girl. And that's a true story. Yeah, that's fucked up. I mean, like you said, when I look at it from the outside, yeah, but this is mental illness.
But I'm
This
just
is what
telling
we're
you,
dealing
if I
with.
walk up on a young lady and I'm, seriously trying to spit game, I don't spit game. I'm not 100% sure what that means. But if I'm really trying to talk to her and the first thing she asks me is, let me hold $50. That's it. It's over. I know she not interested. And she don't even think I really got no money because she only asked for $50. Like, I ain't even a good trick. You know what I'm saying? Like, $50. Like, see if I can get $50 out of this bum. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, it's over. I'm not even attempting to, no, that's it. It's over.
So what this guy really was trying to do, he was trying to get some shoes cleaned up and trying to go back and trick with them women. That's what it was. He probably didn't even want no long-term raving relationship. He was trying to buy them for the night. He went up there and got $150 and called it a night. That was probably his real intentions.
All right. Well, tell him I said thanks for calling.
Hey, tell God bless the family, sir. Much love to everybody. You hear me?
All right. I was CK. I'm not 100% sure what happened. Not 100% sure what happened. Hold on. Somebody asked me, so what, a Taco Bell 10? It's probably, what, a Red Lobster 7? You know what I'm saying? You a Red Lobster, you a 7. Taco Bell, you a 10. I'm not saying it ain't like some really attractive women in Cincinnati, because there are. So I'm not saying that there aren't. And I guess in the grand scheme of social media and all this stuff, everybody has access to everybody. Dante?
How you doing, hey, man? Can you hear me? I'm in my car.
Yeah, you sound like you in the trunk and the
All right,
Bluetooth
hold
is in the front.
Hold on. All right, how about now?
That's better.
All right, I'm gonna let you get out of here, but I just wanted to comment. I was at work. I was hoping you was on when I got out. I want to comment on this topic. Hey man, Raven was 100% correct. 100% correct, man. Like, me personally, I'm talking about me personally, okay? Like, I make 6 figures, right? And, so, like, now I'm dating, like, I was married for a long time, you know? So I've been dating for, like, maybe 5 years now. And, man, I've been on dates with all kinds of women. women that don't have as much money as I have, women that have more money than I have, women that have as much money as I have. The problem today is everybody is playing games. It seems like dating today, everybody has an ulterior motive. Like nobody's genuine, nobody's 100% like wants to be with you. And like Raven said, a lot of it is nobody values. I'm not gonna say nobody. A lot of people don't value relationships nowadays. It's kind of like what they can get out of you, and that's it. So it's like it's hard to date. Like, it's really crazy. Like being that I'm older, it's really crazy. Like from what I'm used to in the past, and what the dating scene is now is 100% different than what we grew up on.
Well, hold
Like
on,
me
Dante.
being,
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Yes.
I don't want you to think I'm fussing. How old of a man are you?
I'm 52. I'll be 52 Saturday.
And what age range are you dating?
Lately it's been like 40, 45, 48, that age range.
And you're saying that these women in their mid to late 40s are still out there, I'm going to use the term playing games.
Yes.
But to what end do you think they're doing it? Are they just victims of the society that's telling them that this is what they're supposed to do, or do they have some other motive?
Some of it is that, but what I've noticed, Emanuel, is that a lot of women at that age range, they've been hurt so much. Their trust meter is crazy, and then a lot of women, they're so used to doing things quote on their own, and it's hard to break through. It's hard to break through because they like a lot of women are, man, so damaged at a certain age range. They're so damaged, man, and you have to go through and put up with so much that a lot of times you say forget it, or you have to go through so much to prove yourself that it's like sometimes it's not worth it. You feel like it's not worth it.
Well, let me ask you this.
Like
Okay.
money, like to me personally, like I'm saying, I'm speaking from my experience.
Uh-huh.
To me, money is not an issue to me because I mean, you know, like my children are grown.
Right.
I'm strictly sometimes I call myself a unicorn sometimes. I don't have any children. I don't have any baby mama drama. I don't have nothing. Like, and I'm happy, and I make a great living. But sometimes to put up with what I have to put up, I would rather not do it. And then another crazy thing is, like with a lot of men, is that some of the stuff that a lot of women require that's not worth what I hate to say not worth what they require, but a lot of women are giving it up for nothing. So to sit and go back and forth with you, just say for instance, if I'm after sex, to go back and forth with you, it's kind of, I don't know, like, and I can deal with her over here, and she's giving the milk without the cow, for lack of better terms.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but the dating pool, man, like to bump into someone that you're actually looking for, that's looking for what you're looking for, it's hard, man.
Well, let me ask you.
Really
Let me
hard,
ask you.
man.
What are you looking for? Are you looking for a marriage? Are you just looking for sex? What are you looking for? And and not just what are you looking for, but what are you leading with? Because you talked a couple times about your money. Are you leading with
Not at all. No, I don't lead with money because like the money's not an issue to me. That's not something that, like I don't lead with I can buy you or this is what I make. No, because I'm an ordinary blue collar guy. Like if you see besides I'm not don't tell you no lie. If you don't see what I'm riding in, you would have no idea that I do as well as I do. Like I dress well, I stay clean, I smell good when I'm not at work. Well, even at work, but I'm just saying that. But it's hard though. And a lot of times we don't want to deal with it because it's just too much sometimes.
So then,
Because
what
a
are
lot
you?
of women are so damaged. It's too much.
So then,
sometimes.
what are you looking for?
Me personally, like I'm looking for I'm just looking for a decent woman who's fun, who don't have a lot of like a lot of baggage, like.
Right.
And
No, but I
I'm not
mean,
being funny. I don't want to put up with little kids. I don't want to put up with little kids. I don't want to play stepdad.
but Dante, when I say what are you looking for, I don't mean what are you looking for in a woman. I mean, what are you looking for? Are you looking to be married again? Or are you looking for, some other level of relationship? Or what are you looking for?
I'm looking for like I'm not looking for marriage, but if it turns into marriage, I'm not against it. Like if I meet someone, I want things to develop. I don't wanna put a label and expectations on something, because me being as old as I am, when you do that, it ruins things.
Oh no!
So I'm telling you, man, it's not what we're used to. This is not what we grew up on or what our mom and dad had.
Right, but
the
what
dating pool is not like that nowadays.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, if you're dating without intention, okay?
Well,
You're
I'm dating. I mean, if it leads to something, yeah, I'm not trying to date, quote, like to have empty calories. No, but what I'm saying is, I can't even get to the point of taking someone serious because it never gets that far.
Well, but here's why I say I think maybe you're dating without intention, and that's tripping you up. You got to go into a thing. And it don't sound like this is what you're doing. When you out there, I'm looking to be married. So I'm looking for the woman that's for me to marry. And then that sets a set of standards, so you don't waste your time when you, as they say, the red flags. As soon as you see a red flag, I'm out, because this ain't for me. But
what
you
I'm saying
just
is, do you know how many times you'll be out?
a lot.
What
But that's what I'm saying.
A lot.
Right. So you have to be specific. You have to know what you want, and then don't date people that don't have what you want, because what you want, and you want it for the long term. It sounded to me like, I'm just out here, and if I meet you and maybe you look good and you seem like you're all right person, I'll waste some time with you until I see the red flag, and then I'm out, and then I'll waste some time with somebody else until I see the red flag, and then I'm out, and then I'll waste some time with somebody else, and you'll just be wasting time, and then you'll be 70-something years old talking about ain't no good women out here, but a lot of it'll be because you decided to waste time with chicks that you probably should have known from day one. I'm not even wasting no time with her because she's not what I want.
Yeah, well, it's rough, man.
I believe it. Trust me, I believe
I'm
it.
serious, man. It's rough, man. It's rough, man. And then another thing, I know you gotta go.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Before you tell me the other thing, one quick question. How tall are you?
I'm like 5'8", man.
Oh man, see, and that's another one of your problems. These chicks
that
out
what
here
it is?
nowadays, 6 feet ain't tall enough for them. Like, you gotta be over 6 feet tall in order for them to really take you serious.
Well, you know what? Well, maybe if I stand on my making count, I might be about 6'2". But and then another thing too, man, is like when women do find out like how well you're doing, it kind of puts a damper on things too, because then you start feeling like, is she with me, or is she acting this way because of the amount of money that I make or the things that I can provide? It's rough, man. It's rough, man. It's rough, but I'm cool with it. I don't know. I guess I'll be for the streets until she come along.
All right.
All right, man.
All right.
Have a good one.
Dante,
All
I
right.
appreciate your call. All right, that's Dante. For real, I'm gonna do a seminar one of these days. I keep saying it, but I'm so serious. I'm gonna do a seminar one of these days because it's hard out there for everybody apparently, but it's only hard out there for some of y'all because y'all are interested in the wrong stuff. Y'all are dating for the wrong reasons. Y'all are definitely dating the wrong people, and y'all don't know. Like, people are not teaching people how to judge. People always talking about you shouldn't judge. Who am I to judge? Who am I to judge? You got to judge. That's your job. You got to judge. You got to know what you want. You got to know what you want to do with it. You got to know how to determine if this is what you want. Some of that you can determine just on sight by the way a person carries themselves or whatever. No, I'm not by the way they carry themselves. I'm not talking about the way they dressed. And it's hard to even explain it. I really do. I need to do a seminar. I need to do a seminar. Because y'all make this stuff hard when it don't have to be hard. I'm sorry, y'all make it difficult when it doesn't have to be difficult. There's no reason for you to be dating a whole lot of people. If you're looking to be married, that's why you should be dating. That's why you should be dating. Now, if you don't want to be married, don't marry somebody who want to be married. I mean, don't date somebody who want to be married. Don't waste their time. But there are certain things that you can gather from a person just from a regular friendly conversation, from just observing. You can learn so much about people just by observing them. I keep telling y'all it's the eyes, which this part sounds crazy, but I keep telling y'all it's not. You can learn so much, talk to people, and look at their eyes when they talk. I don't know how, I don't really know how to explain it. I really need a seminar. Y'all make this more difficult than it had to be. And of course, setting unreasonable standards, because there's a balance. Setting unreasonable standards. There's a person that I know, her husband is 5'4", but she will not date him. If God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit all came to her at one time and appeared before her in a dream that she knew wasn't a dream, in front of a burning bush in the middle of a split ocean, and said, "This 5'4" man we created specifically for you. He will be everything that you need. He will make you happy. You will never desire anyone else," they would say, "I pass." Because he's 5'4"? I'm just telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy. Stuff, it's not as difficult as y'all make it. It's not as difficult as you guys make it. Because everybody out here looking for perfect. Everybody out here looking for perfect. Ron says the height thing is a big issue for whatever reason. Yeah, for a lot of women. The height thing is a huge issue. Now, I don't know. I imagine some men, height thing is an issue for them too. And I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but I've never turned down a woman because she was too tall. I would now. I would now. But that's a whole different issue. It's a different issue. I never heard a dude like, oh, she was so fine. She was into me. It was amazing. She had the perfect personality. Her body was banging. Face was beautiful. She was feminine and soft and lovely. She made me feel like a man. She was this, but she was too tall. But she was just too short. It's more than likely it's a woman thing. And they pass up on happiness for height. Now, please don't misunderstand me. I don't care. I never really cared. Pass up on me because of my height. That's fine. That's just, you don't get to experience the joy of me. I'm comfortable with it. But it's a lot of people out there that's done passed up on their happiness just for that reason. But you gotta date with intention. Seabree says men pass up tall women all the time. When? Who? And how tall are you, Seabreeze? How tall are you? I don't think a lot of women really know why they get passed up. A lot of times, it's been my experience. Men don't really tell women why they pass them up. So they run around making assumptions about why they not with them no more. Women tell men, I think sometimes because they want to break them and hurt their feelings and all of that kind of stuff. So women don't have no problem telling a dude, you too short. Women don't have a problem telling a dude, I don't do dark skin. Women don't have a problem telling a dude, get your shoes. You know what I'm saying? Women, a lot of times, are like super blunt. So I know why she don't want me. Get your hairline. Believe it or not, no one's ever said that to me. No one's ever said that to me. But I've heard women say that to dudes, with the deep receding hairlines. Like, women are brutal, and they will tell you flat out, here's why I don't want to talk to you. For the most part, men don't do that. Men don't typically say, like, no, I don't want you because, your breath stink. Or, no, I don't want you because whatever reason. Men don't typically do that. The way you stand is weird as F. I don't want your weird standing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to date you, girl. Look at your weave. I don't date chicks with jacked up weave. Men don't normally say that. Men normally, they just pass. And then women create in their mind whatever it is to why he intimidated by he ain't intimidated by you. He did not date you or break up with you because he's intimidated by you. There was an actual reason. And unless he super mad and it come out in some sort of a terrible argument, you probably ain't gonna never really know. You gonna come up with some assumption. I was too much woman for him. No, you wasn't. It was something else, and he didn't tell you. I was too tall. No, because he wouldn't have been with you in the first place. He didn't not get with you because you was too tall. He didn't like you. A lot of times, nah, she looked like she for the streets. She looked like a hoe. I'm not going to be out there dating no chick that looked like a hoe. Like, you just look at her and you automatically think, nah, anybody could smash that. And you walking up thinking you the shit. And he like, nah, I pass. I intimidated him. He was intimidated by my beauty. No, he think you look like a hoe. But he not going to say that. So there are some differences there. Brent.
She looks like she's for the streets.
Brent, hold on. Am I lying, though?
You ain't lying. You ain't lying. Well, yeah, but two quick things. I'm enjoying the Love Jones connection with Manuel Samuels. I'm enjoying it. If I forget for Friday, make sure you ask Raven, how did she get on this panel with Dr. Umar Johnson? Because that seemed like it may be very interesting to check out.
I will. I'll ask her that.
Yeah, and per the topic, you mentioned before about the balloon pop, and I'm starting to get hooked on it. I'm, sad to say, but there's a particular episode I was watching her clip. It's balloon pop. What is it? St. Louis, and the dude popped his balloon, and the lady asked, "Well, why'd you pop your balloon?" And he was like, first he was saying her toes, he said her toes were going this way and that way, and I'm like, oh, come on, you ain't right.
But that's something, because Tanika just said those pop the balloon men be very vocal about why they don't want a particular woman. That they're kind of forced to say the stuff that they would never say out loud in real life. Like in real life, for the most part, most men that I know would rather give you a reason to break up with him as opposed to him breaking up with you, which is crazy. But you know what I'm saying? I might just straight act an asshole because you said if you act an asshole one more time, this is over. So I'm going to act an asshole. So now you can tell your girls whatever you want to. Me and my boys know, nigga, I'm out. Like, man, I've been trying to get out of that relationship for I don't know how long. I finally got her to break up with me. And I don't know why it is. Why not just say, I'm tired of you. You get on my nerves. I don't want to be with your annoying ass no more. We don't do that. We do whatever it is to get you to break up with us most of the time. It's weird.
Yeah, I could agree with that. But yeah. But dude, he didn't stop there, sadly. He went on to say that her knees look like she shoots dice professionally. I'm like, how long? I couldn't see her knees. But it had me dying all day long at work. I'm sitting at the desk trying not to start laughing. I got to get up and, go get some water, take a breath. But he was straight up wrong for that. And if that was the case that her knees was looking that bad, most men are not going to say that during the dating process or anything. They'll make up an excuse. It's me, not you, or something else. Or even make up some fake kids and fake baby mamas just to get up out of it.
Right.
Man, but he didn't have to do that. He did not have to do that. But yeah, but that's all I got. Enjoying the segment though. All
right. Thank you for your call, Brent.
Bye.
Yeah, those shows be wild. And you find I have found that a lot of times women don't know how to take rejection on those shows. Now, every once in a while, you see a man who can't take rejection. And hold on, can I switch topics for just a moment? Men, all the men watching, and tell your friends, tell your sons, tell your cousins, your nephews, this is for all of the men, It's 2025. Can we go back to being men? Can we go back to, you know what I'm saying, just like, all right, specifically what I'm talking about. Can we get to a point where we can control our emotions, men? And I don't know if this is a product of, and I feel like it's unfair to blame, if this is a product of single moms, absent fathers, or what, but men are not teaching men how to contain and or control their emotions. And I mean from just out of this world anger to uncontrolled femininity. You know, I'll be saying, I'm trying to not say certain stuff. Men, get a hold of yourself. And of course, if this don't apply to you, hold on, no, let me take that back. Because somebody, I'm sure there's gonna be somebody somewhere listening who gonna think that this don't apply to them, but it applied to you, because the dudes who can't control their emotions, they don't know that they can't control their emotions. They think that, for the Killer Bees, for Raven, for Shahara, everything I'm about to say is absolutely necessary. Otherwise, the point won't be driven home. See what I'm saying? It's absolutely, I'm announcing it in advance. It's absolutely necessary, okay? They don't understand that they can't control their own emotions. They think that this shit is normal. Because they've been hearing women all these years telling them, you know, that men shouldn't have to hold their emotions in, and men shouldn't have to do this, and men shouldn't have to do that, and you shouldn't have to hold them in. But you should be able to learn how to express that shit like a fucking man. And if you was taught manhood wrong, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you were taught manhood wrong. Manhood is not extreme aggression to the point that you can't control yourself. That's not what it means to be a man. You got to be able to man. Don't, and look, again, tell your cousins, your nephews, your uncles, if need be, your sons. A part of being a man is being able to control. Part of being a man is being able to control you. Before you can control some woman, before you can control some child, before you can control some situation, learn how to control you. That's what being the leader is about. If you out of control, but you trying to control her, I'm not a woman, but I would imagine I would be looking at your ass like, nigga, please, you can't tell me shit. You can't even control yourself. You gonna try to tell me how you gonna try to, I'm with her and her kids is this, and I'll be telling her kids this. Nigga, look at you. You can't, how am I gonna let you teach my kid something? Hell no, you can't whoop my kid. You can't even control your anger. You can't control your own emotions. Step number 1. Learn to control you. A lot of times, I never played organized sports. Well, I did once, but that don't really count. I never played organized sports. But I paid enough attention. And sports is helpful for a number of things, a number of disciplines. But one of the disciplines, a lot of times that I've seen, watching people coach, and then I took into it when I coached, is teaching young men, young boys, to be able to get all gassed up and hyped up and all that kind of stuff, but at the same time be able to control it. Controlled aggression. Not just aggression for aggression's sake, controlled aggression. I don't care if he hits you. You can't hit him back late because we get a penalty. You got to be able to control that. I know you didn't like it. You didn't like the way he tackled you, but you got to be able to get up and not get into a fight with him because we get a penalty. And that helps you be able to control yourself. I'm mad as fuck, but I just got to walk back to this huddle, suck it up, and run the next play. Those situations help you learn how to harness and control. That was one of the most valuable things that I tried to teach those little boys when I was helping coach football. I'm not saying I was coaching. I was helping coach. Because you have to understand, as a man, you're going to be in situations where you're going to be upset. And you can't just fly off the handle. Men listening to me now, I be hearing the term emotional. That's a term that should never exist. When I was a little boy, I used to get so mad, and I would hold it in, and I would be so mad it would make me cry. I would be so mad it would make me cry. I would hold it in, because I knew that there were consequences if I acted out. And my dad actually told me, like, you don't have to hold it in, son. You can be angry and not hold it in. You can express yourself. Just express yourself constructively. Say to people what they did to you that made you angry. Tell people how you feel. You don't have to just hold it in. You can let it out, but don't go, wailing on somebody. That's not how you let it out. And I want men to stop letting your emotions get the best of you. It's like an epidemic. I really believe, when we see all of these acts of violence and all of that kind of stuff, a lot of it is men not being able to control their emotions. You shouldn't be storming out of rooms like bitches. Storming out of conversations like bitches. There's an appropriate manly way to even, end the damn conversation. Okay. I see this ain't getting nowhere. I appreciate your perspective and your point of view. I wholeheartedly disagree with it, but we ain't going nowhere. So you enjoy the rest of your day. I'll enjoy the rest of mine. I'm out. Hollering, screaming, cussing, and say storming out like bitches is not the way men handle stuff. Men. When I was growing up, only women hung up the phone on niggas, you know what I'm saying, or on other women. I know that one sound crazy, but I remember hearing my sisters on the phone. I actually remember hearing my mama on the phone once. And women was good for the, fuck you, click. Like hard, slam the phone down, click. That was some hardcore shit too. I never once seen my daddy do that. Not one time. My granddaddy, my uncles, not one time did I ever see one of my male figureheads get mad, cuss somebody out, and slam the phone down. If you ask me, that's some bitch shit. Get so mad he can't control himself, so he can't do nothing. Like, that's not manly. Come on, men. Stand up and be men. We can stand up and we can be men again. Now, don't make some of y'all think that means being able to slap your woman. No, that's not what that means. That means being able to control yourself to no matter how mad your woman make you, you don't slap nobody. Because you can control yourself no matter what you feel. And you trying to raise some kids? Trying to whoop somebody's child? That's why they don't want you to raise their kids. Y'all know that was a big complaint a few years back. All of the men was complaining, she got kids and I'm raising these kids and she don't even want me to correct the kids because you can't control you. So that's it. I just want men to stop acting like bitches and start acting like men again. I'm not even 100% sure where it came from, but I felt like it needed to be said. So I said it, and yes, I felt like the B word was necessary. Because you'll hear men, I ain't gonna be sitting around arguing this stuff like no bitch. But then they talk to another man, and they arguing like a bitch. Just for the record, bitch don't mean woman. Because women, for the most part, don't really do that. It's a certain type of, them bitches be doing that stuff. So I said, she acting like a bitch. Like that, no, her everyday activities, she ain't a bitch. But there's a certain stuff that she doing, you like, she acting like a bitch. Damn, why she so bitchy today? So bitch don't mean woman. Bitch is a certain kind of personality trait, and you know, it's negative and it's so maybe, men, that's something that you can kind of measure yourself against. Like, if my woman was acting like this, would I say she was acting like a bitch? Not what I say. Would I think she was acting like a bitch? Yeah, if she was acting like this, I would think she was acting like a bitch. Guess what? You acting like a bitch. Stop. Act like a man. Just next time you find yourself in one of them really hot emotional situations, because men get emotional. Men get emotional. Just as a man, you got to be able to control it. And then control you in the process. All right. I think that's about it. I think that's about it. And it's after 7. See, I blame y'all. I blame y'all. Y'all made the show start out wrong. I was looking for information and y'all bullied me. And I didn't feel like fighting, so I switched directions, and it took me a while to get my bearings. And then y'all didn't stop me. So I blame y'all. But I want y'all to enjoy the rest of y'all evening. I want y'all to enjoy the rest of y'all evening. And as always, see, I know some of y'all in relationships. And when y'all go home, there's somebody at home waiting for y'all. If y'all at home, when y'all disconnect from whatever, there's somebody waiting for you. And I remember that song by Blackstreet. They had a song called Happy Home. The lyrics went something like, you said you want diamonds. You said you want pearls. Big car, big house, you want to be served. But tell me, what can you give? Because it's not just material things on which I live. Can you cook? Can you clean? Are you willing to work to capture a dream? But above all, I want to know, baby, can you make me a happy home? And he goes, make me a happy home. that I can come running to. I want you to make somebody smile today, because I want you to make somebody, if you with somebody, make that a happy home. Don't become the cause of confusion and strife and misery and tension. You go in, making it a happy home. Now, if you by yourself, that is what it is. You can still do things to make your home a happy home. And a part of that is just being happy. So whatever you do, wherever you go, whoever you with, make your home a happy home. Till next time, I'm out, y'all.